Mathematics paper 2, GCSE. Use black ink, show all your working. Question number 1. Write 6,184 correct to the nearest 100. To the nearest 100, you count the first two numbers, put a line. That number 8 is bigger than 5. You change it to 1 and add it to that 1. It becomes 2. So 6,200. Write 0.7 as a fraction. It's one decimal place. You move it to the right and then you divide by 10. So it's 7/10. Change 9 meters to centimeters. For meters to centimeters, you times by 100. So 9 times 100 gives you 900 centimeters. Simplify 3 times 4, t. Multiply the numbers 3 times 4, 12, and then you write the t after. The numbers come before the letters. Number 5, here is a list of numbers. One of these numbers is a multiple of 25. Which number? 100. Because 25 times 4 is 100. Number 6, Sherry has a fair ordinary dice. She rolls the dice once on the probability scale marked with a cross. The probability that Sherry gets a number 7. There is no 7 on an ordinary dice, so the probability is 0. You cannot get something which is not there. On the probability scale marked with a cross, the probability that Sherry gets an even number. There are 3 even numbers, 1, 2, 3, and 3 odd numbers. So it's 3 out of 6, which is 1/2, and that's in the middle. Question 7, here is a triangle. Measure the length AC. So we have to use a ruler to measure the length AC. And that could say, when you have a printed copy of the paper, when you measure the length AC, because the paper we can zoom in, zoom out, so we don't have a correct length all the time. So if you measure the length AC, let's say that length AC is 8 centimeters. Measure the size of angle B. Angle B, you use a protractor, and that could be, say, 102 degrees. And then here's a different triangle. Write down the mathematical name. It's an isosceles triangle. So you use a protractor and a ruler. So you use a protractor and a ruler. The ruler will measure the length of the line. The protractor will measure the angle. Question number 8. The diagram shows 3 motorway service stations, P, Q, and R on a map. The map has a scale of 1 centimeter to 4 kilometers. Work out the real distance from P to Q. So we want to find the real distance from P to Q. 1 centimeter is 4 kilometers. So P to R, from P to R is 8 centimeters plus 16. So we add 8 centimeters plus 16. That gives us from P all the way to R. Total is 24. So 24 centimeters is X. So 24 times 4 is 96. So that will be 96 kilometers. Number 9, here are the first 5 terms of a sequence. Write down the next term of the sequence. So it goes up by adding 5. So when you add 5 to 23, you get 28. Write down the ratio of the second term to the fourth term. Second term is 8. Fourth term is 18. Simplify it is 4/9. Half of 8 is 4. Half of 18 is 9. Question number 10. Use the graph to find the cost of parking a car for 4 hours. So we go to where 4 hours is. We go up to the line and go up there 6. So 6 pounds. At what time does Justin drive out of the car park? So they drive in 08 in the morning. They do 6 hours. So we go to £9 and we go straight down. You come down, is 6 hours. So you start at 08 in the morning plus 6 hours. So you get 4 hours. It gets to 12 noon plus another 2 hours. It gets to 2 p.m. So it's 2 p.m. This is a 24-hour clock for you to have a look at. 2 p.m. is the same as 14:00 in 24-hour clock. So this is converting 12 and 24-hour clocks. So 14 is 2 p.m. So it's good to know these things. You might come across questions like which need you to convert. Question number 11. Show that the total weight of people in the lift is less than 1,200 kilograms. So there's one person who is 40. So 40 times 1 is 40. Two people who are 50. 50 times 2 is 100. Four people who are 60 kilograms. 60 times 4 is 240. And you get the total is 1,060. And 1,060 is less than 1,200. On the grid, draw the mirror line. So if we have the object there and another object there, where A is reflected in a mirror line to give B. So you go 2 to the mirror and 2 to B. 5 to the mirror and 5 to B. 5 to the mirror and 5 to B. So that's the mirror line in black there. Alex is asked to reflect shape P in the x-axis. Here is the diagram Alex draws. To reflect shape P in the x-axis. The x-axis is this. I'll put there in bright pink. That is the x-axis. That is the x-axis. Explain the mistake Alex made. He has done the reflection in the y-axis. Y-axis. So the correct answer should be down here. So the reflection should be going down. So it should be down here. That's the correct answer. This one is reflection in the y-axis. So this one is not correct because the question says x-axis. Question 13. There are 50 teachers in a school. This is 1/6 of the total number of people in the school. 1/16. Work out the total number of people in the school. So 1/16 of the total number of people in the school is equals to 50. So that number would be, take 16 to that side, times 50. 16 times 50, that gives you 800. Question number 14. Work out the greatest number of packets that can be put into each box. So 80 millimeters is the same as 8 centimeters. You divide by 10. 60 millimeters is the same as 6 centimeters. And 20 millimeters is the same as 2 centimeters. So we can have 72 divided by the 8, it gives you 9. So you can have 9 along the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 48 divided by 6, you can have 8. So 8 along that side. And 24 divided by 2 is 12. So you can have 9 times 8 times 12. It gives you 864. Which you can also do 72 times 48 times 24 gives you 82944. And then each box is 8 times 6 times 2, which is 96. And so you divide by 96, it gives you 864. Question number 15. Here is a fair ordinary dice and a fair 8-sided spinner. Charlie throws the dice once and spins the spinner once. Is Charlie more likely to get a number less than 3 or a number greater than 5? So you want probability of a number less than 3 on the dice. It's 2 out of 3 because 2 out of 6. But there's only 2 numbers which are less than 3. The number 1 and the number 2. So 1 and then 2. Those are the 2 things that are less than 3. So there's just 1 over 3. Probability of a number greater than 5 on the spinner. How many numbers are greater than 5? 1, 2, 3. There's 3 numbers greater than 5 out of 8 numbers. So we have 1 over 3 and then 3 over 8. We want to make them the same denominator. So you times by 8 times by 8. So it's 8 over 24 times by 3 is 9 over 24. So 3 over 8, which is 9 over 24, is more likely to get a number greater than 5. Question number 16. Paolo drives at an average speed of 56 kilometers per hour for 1 hour 45 minutes. Work out the distance Paolo drives. Speed is distance divided by time. And distance is speed times time. So the way I remember it is sausages don't talk. Sausages don't talk. So 56 kilometers per hour, which is the speed, times the time, 1 hour 45 minutes. But how do we change 45 minutes to hours? It's 45 minutes divided by 60 minutes, which is 3 over 4, or 0.75. So it's 1 hour and 0.75, 1.75. And you multiply that together, you get 98 kilometers, which is the distance. Question number 17. Question 17. There are 3 cinemas, A, B, and C. The mean number of seats per cinema is 380. There are 350 seats in cinema A and 250 seats in cinema B. Work out the number of seats in cinema C. So we add A plus B plus C divided by 3 because there's 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So we put in the numbers 350, 250. We don't know what C is. So we want to solve this to get C. So it's take 3 to the right, 380 times 3 minus 350 plus 250. And 540 is the number for C. Question number 18. 18A says, work out the total cost of the cola Asha buys. Number of packs. So 180 cans of cola, 12 cans in each pack. So 180 divided by 12 is 15. So she bought 15 packs. And the cost for each pack is £3. 15 times 3 is 45. To buy 15 packs, 15 times 3 is £45. Ethan buys a box of 24 cans of lemonade for £7. There are 330 milliliters of lemonade in each can. Work out the cost of 100 milliliters of lemonade. Give your answer correct to the nearest penny. So 24 cans is 700 pence. 700 pence is the same as £7. So £7 times 100. Now, to get 1 can, you divide by 24. So 700 divided by 24 is 175/6, which is 29.17 pence. But 330 milliliters is 29.17 pence. So what's 100 milliliters? You divide by, to get to 100, or you cross multiply. It's better to cross multiply. So you cross multiply. 100 times 29.7 divided by 330, it gives you 8.84, which is 9 pence to the nearest penny for 100 milliliters. Number 19, use this information to complete the frequency tree. It's 240 people. Either you have a car or you don't have a car. So when you add those two numbers, they should always be 240. 150 plus 90. So 150 have a car. So 240 minus 150 will give you 90. 240 minus 150 will give you 90. Out of the 150 people, 110 have a bicycle. So 150 minus 110 is 40. 40 do not have bicycle. 65 of the people do not have a car. So 90 minus 65 gives you 25. What percentage of the 150 people who have a car also have a bicycle? So you want to have a car and bicycle. Of the 150 people who have a car also have a bicycle. So it's 110 divided by 150 times 100. That gives you 73 1/3%. Question number 20. To do this question, you work out the top numbers. You do the top part in your calculator, you get the answer. And you do the denominator, you get the answer. And then after you divide them. Don't put all at once unless you use brackets. Work out the values of the reciprocal. Reciprocal means 1 divided by the number. So reciprocal means 1 divided by the number. So 1 divided by 0.625 is 8/5, which is 1 3/5. You can use that button in your calculator to change it to mixed number. These are some examples to help you understand the work. If the number is 4, the reciprocal is 1/4. If the number is -5, the reciprocal is -1/5. If the number is 1/6, the reciprocal is 1 divided by 1/6, which gives you 6/1, which is 6. And the product of a number times its reciprocal is 1. A number times its reciprocal is 1. A reciprocal times its number is 1. So reciprocal of 8 is 1/8. Reciprocal of 1/8 is 8. Think of that cycle. 21. Write 60 as a product of its prime factors. You can do it on the calculator, or you take 60. 2 is a prime number, 3 is a prime number, 5 is a prime number. So because 60 is an even number, I always use 2. 60 split 2 and 30. 30 is even, 2 and 15. 15. We'll use 3 now and 5. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. And there's 2 of them there, so put 2 squared times 3 times 5. This is called the index form. Question 22. Red is 1, blue is 2. So we have 1 plus 2 is 3. And we have 48 divided by that 3, it gives you 16. So for the red is 1 times 16 is 16. For the blue, 16 times 2 is 32. So we have 16 and 32. So the answer is no, because we have 16 red and 32 blue. And what is 16/48? 16/48 is 1/3. So 16/48. Question 23. Question 23. We start from -2 because it's less than or equals to, and we end at 4 because it's less than 5. So the biggest number is 4. So your answer is 4. We start from -4. We draw a circle and we shade it because that sign is less than or equals to. We end at 1 and we do not shade it, unshaded, because the sign is just less than. So when you have less than or equals to, you shade, and when the sign is just less than, you don't shade it. Part C, to solve it, there's one way. You take -4 to the right, it becomes 6 plus 4 is 10. Divide by 5 goes to the right, it becomes times 5 is 50. Times 2 goes to the right, it becomes divide by 2. 50 divided by 2 is 25. Another way to do it, multiply each one by 5. You times by 5, times by 5, times by 5. So the 5 would disappear on the first one. So you got 2g minus 20 is less than 30. Add 20 on both sides. 30 plus 20 is 50. Divide by 2, 25. So g is less than 25. Question 24. Area of the triangle is equal to area of the rectangle plus 10. So the triangle is bigger than the rectangle in area, and then plus extra 10. So how do we find area of a triangle? Half times the base times the height. The base is 8, the height is 6x. Area of a rectangle, length times the width. So 5 times 4x minus 1 plus the 10. Now, half of 8 is 4. 4 times 6 is 24. Remove the bracket. 5 times 4 is 20. 5 times minus 1 minus 5. Minus 5 plus 10 is the same as 10 minus 5, which is 5. Now we have 20x goes to the left. 24 minus 20 is 4. So you get 4x equals to 5. X would be 5 over 4, 1.25 centimeters. Question 25. Last year, a family recycled 800 kilograms of household waste. 57% of this waste was paper and glass. Weight of paper recycled to the weight of glass is 12:7. Whenever you see ratios, always add them. Calculate the weight of glass the family recycled. So we want to find the weight of paper and glass. It says 57%. So 57% of 800, it gives you 456. So they recycle 456 kilograms. So 12 plus 7, it gives you 19 parts. So 456 divided by 19 gives you the 24 kilogram, which is 1 part. But we want it only for glass. So 24 times 7 is 168 kilograms. That's question 26 and 27. For 26, you take the 1 decimal place, which is 1 over 10, or 0.1, halve it, 0.1 divided by 2, it gives you 0.05. And then you subtract it from the 12.7 and also add it to the 12.7. So you get the minimum, the lower bound and the upper bound. And this is some information to help you learn some of these ideas. You have minimum, maximum, lower bound, upper bound. For the upper bound, this sign is always less than, because it cannot be less than or equals to. It has to always be less than. For the lower bound, less than or equal to, less than or equals to. Very important to understand these concepts. Also look at this example. If you read it through, it's shaded here because it's greater than or equals to, and it's shaded there. It's less than, it's not shaded. Less than, it's not shaded. So Tamzins buys a house with a value of 150,000 and it's 4% and it's for 2 years. So how do we get 1.04? You go 4%, you add 100. 4 plus 100 is 104. You divide by 100, 104 divided by 100, it gives you 1.04. And you square it because it's for 2 years. So 150,000 times 1.04 squared gives you that. For Rachel, 160,000, go 1.5%. So it's 1.5 plus 100. And then after that, you divide by 100. You get 1.015 squared. And you multiply that. So Rachel's house has a greater value at the end of 2 years. And by how much? The bigger number minus the smaller one, it gives you 2,596. Question 28. You should be able to identify some of these graphs by looking at them. Anyone that has a square in it, quadratic, is a U shape. So that one is B. Whenever you see x squared, think of a U shape like that or like that. If the x squared is minus. X plus 3 is a straight line and it has to pass at 3. So this one is more likely because that point there can be 3. X cubed is this curly one. So that's E for x cubed. 1 over x is that one. And 5 minus 2x is a straight line, but the number in front of x is minus 2, so it's coming down. So it's negative. So it's that first one. So these are the different types of graphs you come across in GCSE, and they have names for them. This one is a straight line. It's called linear graphs. This one is a U shape. It's called quadratic graphs. This one, the wiggly one, cubic graphs. This one is going up very fast. It's called exponential. This one also is moving fast, logarithmic graphs. This one like that is reciprocal graphs. You can see all their names. Logarithmic graphs or curves, reciprocal curve, exponential curve, linear graph, quadratic curve, cubic curve. You need to learn all of them. The one that I don't see in GCSE is this logarithmic curve. I don't usually see that in GCSE, but the other ones, I've seen them, just like in the last question. These are other graphs that you can see. Sine graph, I've seen in GCSE. Cosine graph. Tangent graph, I don't usually see it, but you can also learn it. So these are the different types of graphs with some of their equation. Mx plus c, when the m is minus, the line is coming down. When the m is positive, the line is going up. When you see x squared, it's a U shape. When you see minus x squared, it's the other negative shape. 1 over x is reciprocal, and then when cubic is that curly one. So congratulations for coming to the end of this paper, and I hope you have found this very useful. And don't forget to share this website information. And whenever you need a question, help with the question, just WhatsApp me on this number and I'll make a video and I'll put on this website exclusively for the members to see. Whenever I have a question, just WhatsApp, send the questions to me and I'll make a video and put it on this website. So thank you for joining anago.com. Please don't forget to share it to other people.